5 morning foods to boost vitality for men over 60. You might not realize it, but what you eat for breakfast could be quietly undermining the strength of your muscles and blood vessels, especially in the areas that matter most. If you're over 60 and noticing weaker erections, low stamina, or a numb feeling down below, don't just chalk it up to aging. Your morning meal might be the real issue. Most guys have no idea that their breakfast either fuels healthy blood flow to the pelvic region or slowly chokes it off. Even more surprising, a lot of men are overlooking one simple food that could make a big difference. I'm Dr. Alina, a men's health expert with more than 30 years in urology and tackling age-related performance challenges. I've worked with thousands of men nationwide who thought their spark was fading just because they were getting older. But what we found was far more encouraging. The truth is, your body is eager to restore circulation to those critical areas if you give it the right tools. And those tools aren't found in a prescription bottle or a magic pill. They're in 5 straightforward, everyday foods you probably already know but never thought could supercharge male vitality. In this guide, I'll walk you through exactly how to use these foods. You'll discover how 5 simple ingredients can enhance blood flow, fortify pelvic muscles, and rebuild confidence without any side effects. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to share an unexpected food combo that's helping men see changes in under a week. Let's get started. Before we dive in, if you're committed to regaining your energy and boosting circulation where it counts, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any tips tailored for men over 60. Also, let me know in the comments if this resonates with you. Write 1 if it does or 0 if it doesn't. I read every comment, and your input helps me craft content that fits your needs. Now, let's kick things off with the first food. It's probably sitting in your fridge right now, but you might not have given it much thought in years. It's familiar, versatile, and when eaten at the right time, it can rev up blood flow and muscle repair where you need it most. I'm talking about whole eggs, nature's ultimate nutrient powerhouse for revitalizing circulation after 60. 1. Whole eggs, the vitality igniter. I can't tell you how many men over 60 I've met who sit down in my office feeling frustrated, a bit embarrassed, and totally puzzled about why things aren't working like they used to down there. When I ask about their diet, I usually get a shrug and something like, "Doc, I just grab a coffee in the morning, maybe some toast if I'm lucky." What they don't realize is that their body, especially at this stage, is desperate for specific nutrients the moment they wake up. One of the best sources of those nutrients? Something they've likely had in their kitchen forever: whole eggs. Eggs have had a rough reputation in the past. Worries about cholesterol, old myths, outdated science. But let me set the record straight. If you're a man over 60 and you're not eating whole eggs regularly, you're passing up one of nature's top tools for rebuilding blood flow and strength in your lower body. The real magic is in the yolk, that rich, golden core loaded with vitamin D, B12, choline, and leucine, a key amino acid that kickstarts muscle repair, including the often overlooked pelvic floor muscles. These are the muscles that support erections, manage urinary flow, and help you stay steady on your feet all day. As blood flow naturally slows with age, these muscles are some of the first to take a hit. But when you nourish them properly, especially first thing in the morning, your body responds. You feel steadier, experience less cramping or numbness, and yes, you start to feel more confidence in intimate moments. Not from some pill, but because your blood is moving freely again. I had a patient, Richard, 67, who told me he hadn't had a morning erection in over 2 years. After 4 weeks of eating 2 whole eggs every morning, boiled, nothing complicated, he called me practically in shock. He said, "Doc, I woke up feeling like I was in my 40s again." That's the power of giving your body what it craves at the right moment. 3. Oatmeal with chia seeds, the blood vessel reviver. Whenever a man over 60 comes into my office complaining about sluggish circulation, weaker erections, or a heavy feeling in their lower body, I don't just ask about their meds. I ask what they're eating for breakfast.
Too often, it's either nothing at all or some sugary cereal packed with empty carbs. My recommendation might sound almost too basic to make a difference, but believe me, a steaming bowl of oatmeal sprinkled with chia seeds has changed more lives than you'd expect. Oatmeal on its own is a fantastic friend to aging arteries. It's rich in a unique fiber called beta glucan, which not only helps lower cholesterol, but also scrubs the walls of your blood vessels clean. This lets oxygen rich blood flow more freely to key areas like your pelvis and groin. For men over 60, that kind of support isn't just nice to have, it's critical.
Then, when you toss in chia seeds, something incredible happens. These tiny powerhouses are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and potassium, nutrients that help your blood vessels relax, reduce inflammation, and promote smoother, stronger blood flow. This combo doesn't just benefit your heart, it directly boosts your ability to achieve and sustain healthy erections. I think of a patient, Henry, who told me he felt like his body was winding down after retirement. Low energy, struggling with stairs, intimacy slipping away. I persuaded him to ditch his sugary cereal for oatmeal with chia seeds, some blueberries, and a pinch of cinnamon. 2 weeks later, his legs felt lighter. After a month, he was sleeping better and waking up with more pep, noticing improvements both in and out of the bedroom. Doc, he chuckled, I never thought oatmeal could do all that. But here's the deal. What you eat first thing in the morning sets the stage for your blood flow all day long. This simple, comforting bowl signals to your arteries that it's time to open up and nourish the muscles and nerves that make you feel like yourself. 4. Watermelon, the intimacy booster. I'll never forget the look on my friend Bill's face when I told him to eat watermelon in the mornings. He laughed and said, Doc, isn't that just a summer treat? But what he didn't know, and what most guys don't realize, is that watermelon is one of nature's most overlooked weapons for restoring blood flow, especially in the places that matter most. Watermelon is loaded with an amino acid called L-citrulline, which your body converts into L-arginine, ramping up nitric oxide, the compound that widens blood vessels and sends more blood to your groin. It's the same pathway used by popular erectile dysfunction drugs, but here you're powering it with food, not pharmaceuticals. And it works fast. I've had patients report feeling more sensitivity and stronger morning erections within a week of adding watermelon to their routine. There's something amazing about letting your body do what it's built to do. No synthetic drugs, no side effects, just pure circulatory support straight from your plate. Bill called me 2 weeks later and said, I'm not sure if it's the watermelon or just eating breakfast, but something's stirring down there. We had a good laugh, but he wasn't imagining it. The citrulline was working, opening up blood vessels and bringing new life to his lower body. For the best results, eat watermelon on an empty stomach or right before your main breakfast. A few slices will do the trick. Pro tip, don't skip the white rind. It's got the highest citrulline content. Blend it into a smoothie or chew it lightly. It's not sweet, but your blood flow will thank you. If you're looking for a natural way to feel more energized and alive downstairs, watermelon might be the simplest, most refreshing tool you've been missing. 5. Steamed sweet potato with Celtic salt, the stability anchor. Of all the advice I've shared over the years, this one gets the most raised eyebrows. Sweet potatoes for blood flow? But hear me out. Once you understand how your body operates in those first moments after waking, it clicks. Your muscles, whether in your legs, pelvis, or even your penis, are running on fumes after hours without food. Your blood vessels need minerals, your muscles need fuel, and your nervous system needs balance. Half a steamed sweet potato with a light sprinkle of Celtic sea salt can be the morning anchor your lower body has been begging for. Sweet potatoes are packed with complex carbs that provide steady energy without spiking your blood sugar, giving your muscles the fuel they need to work smoothly. Add Celtic salt, an unrefined salt brimming with over 80 essential minerals,
And you're equipping your body to retain water, regulate nerve signals, and maintain healthy blood pressure without crashing. These minerals support muscle contractions, circulation, and nerve sensitivity that can fade with age if you're not careful. I had a patient, Thomas, 70, who told me he woke up with legs that felt like lead, numbness, and a nagging ache in his groin. He tried stretches, massages, even prescription drugs. Nothing helped. I suggested a small tweak. Before his usual breakfast, eat half a steamed sweet potato with a glass of warm water and a pinch of mineral salt. He thought it sounded too easy, but 3 days later, he called me and said, Doc, I don't know what's happening, but my legs feel lighter and I'm not gripping the nightstand just to stand up. There's something grounding about starting your day with real, wholesome food, something your body instinctively knows how to use, something that doesn't just mask symptoms, but rebuilds balance from within. Sweet potatoes may seem unassuming, but eaten this way, they quietly work wonders to restore circulation, balance minerals, and energize every step you take. 6. Your next step today.
If you've read this far, that tells me something powerful. You're not done yet. You're not just drifting through this phase of life, letting your body call the shots. You're still in the game. And the good news, you've got tools now. But tools are useless if they just sit there. Real change happens when you decide to act. Today, not next week. Start small. Tomorrow morning, pick one of the 5 foods we've covered. Maybe it's a couple of whole eggs, yolks and all, or a warm bowl of oatmeal with chia seeds and a sprinkle of cinnamon. You don't have to be perfect, just make it happen. What you eat in that first hour after waking is one of the biggest levers you can pull for your circulation, your confidence, and your independence. No more skipping breakfast. No more waiting until you're exhausted or starving to eat. Feed your body when it's ready to receive, when your blood vessels are most open, when your muscles are primed for nutrients, when you can stop the downward spiral and start rebuilding what time has tried to chip away. You might not see massive changes overnight, but stick with it. In a few days, you could notice more spring in your step, more warmth in your groin, more strength in your stride, and more response where it counts. You might sleep deeper. You might wake up feeling something you haven't felt in years: hope. If you're thinking it's too late for you, let me be clear. It's not. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even late 80s turn around their energy, intimacy, and overall vitality by committing to one thing: starting. So here's the question: will you take that first step tomorrow morning, or will you let another day slip by hoping change happens on its own? 7. Closing thoughts. After decades of working with men over 60, here's what I've learned. Aging doesn't steal your strength. It only takes what you're willing to let go. And often, what we let go isn't our bodies, but our belief that change is still possible. I'm here to tell you it is. You now know about 5 game-changing morning foods: whole eggs, oatmeal with chia seeds, watermelon, and sweet potatoes with Celtic salt that can restore blood flow, sharpen muscle sensitivity, and bring vitality back to parts of you that might have felt out of reach. These aren't trendy hacks or quick fixes. They're real foods that work with your body's natural wiring. You also know when and how to eat them for the biggest impact. You understand that your first waking hour sets the stage for everything else: your energy, your confidence, even your relationships. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Just start. Take back your mornings. Let your breakfast work for you, turning each bite into a bold declaration that you're still shaping your story. This isn't the end, not by a long shot. Your next chapter starts at breakfast, and it begins with your choice to act.